Hey up, thanks for tuning in. Right, there's a weekend every year that I look forward to the most, and it's the weekend that we finally get over winter. It can be a different weekend every year, as it happens today, 22nd of February 2025, and it's this weekend. What I mean by this is, on Monday morning when I started work last week, it was freezing cold. Tuesday it was freezing cold. All of a sudden, Wednesday morning I came out to walk out to my van to go to work, and all of a sudden it didn't feel freezing, it felt warm. And I thought, brilliant, this hopefully it'll carry on till the weekend, and it has. It's a beautiful weekend compared to, I don't know if you remember, 7 weeks ago when I showed you that river down there, what it was like. I'll just show you now. So it was a raging torrent on the 1st of January this year, and that's it now, if you can just see it. That's how it is. Still as a mill pond. So yeah, that weekend's finally here, and it's time to get outside again, which I love. So as you can imagine, during the winter this space hardly ever gets used. It's the back of the house. My wife sometimes hangs washing out when it's breezy and not raining, and we let dog out here, but we don't really do very much, and obviously the garden gets neglected and one thing and another. And this year I've got an extra bit of a problem with my decking, part of my decking rotting. This decking's been down about 10 years. Yeah, you can see there, it's not quite gone through, but it can't last another year. And I think it's gone there because I've got these steps down here out of my conservatory, and when people step off this step onto here, that's probably the place they put the foot, and that's what get most wear. So these ridges in this decking probably get broke off, water gets in there, frost gets in there, and that's basically what does the damage.
It's been a long old winter with wind and frost and rain. The days are a little bit longer, soon be springtime once again.
This Karcher, if you're interested, is a K4 full control pressure washer. I bought it off Facebook Marketplace. I think I'm going to say 4 years ago, cost me 130 quid. And it's been brilliant, it really has. Right, as you can see, I've cleared most of it now. I've moved all the plants off the decking. I've jet washed all the decking. I've took the table and chairs downstairs, so it gives me a free run on here so to inspect these boards. And there's 2 places where it needs changing. Now this is the one I knew about. Now when I stand on that, it actually still feels quite solid. I'm going to change it anyway, so the rest of that plank doesn't need changing. So I'm going to just do a bit of a cutout on that one and a bit of a repair. But then over here on this side, I've got this piece here which is proper rotten through. I stand on that almost feels like it's going to go through now. But that one has rotted there and there. So there must have been something wrong with that plank. So I'm going to change that whole plank there. So that's going to be a complete change. And that one, motorbike's outside. And that was just going to be a cut-out replacement. So this one should be pretty straightforward if the screws come out okay. Oop, look at that. The screws snapped already. Nah. Sometimes they come straight out, other times. That's because I've got it on hammer. Nah. It's been down 10 years. I've painted it that many times, you can't even see the screw heads. So it'd be nice if they all came out like that, but I know they're not gonna. I'm gonna take as many out like that as I can, and then the other ones I'll just have to cut them. Look at that, absolutely rotted. No good. Right, so I've probably got about half of the screws out. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to cut a piece off. I want this stuff that's alright and not rotted, I'm going to use again, so I'm just going to cut the rot out, and then I should be able to lift that up and pull it out of the way.
Birds begin to sing, so it's back into the garden. You're back to stake your claim. Fix the floor, paint the door, and mend that window pane. Give me them daylight hours, give me them rays of sun. Give me a little less night and a lot more light. Give me time, I'll give you fun.
Right, just as a sort of belt and braces approach, I've cut off the rot on some of these, about a foot long, and I'm going to fasten these underneath as a bit more of a ledge to hang this new decking board off. And my wife's been down to Screwfix for me this morning and picked up some timber deck screws, 500 for 19.99 at Screwfix. So it wants to be about there. I'm just going to get these two screws started. That just gives it twice as much ledge to hang on there, just for super safety. So I'm sure you noticed on the decking board that I replaced, the decking that I'm replacing it isn't quite as thick as the decking that's coming up. And I didn't realise at the time till I'd offered this up. I didn't buy this decking. A friend of mine gave it to me. I put a shed floor down for him last year in his shed, but for some reason he had to change the shed, so the floor was no good to him. So he said, if you want this decking, you can come and get it. So I knew I had to replace this decking this year, so I went over to Hull and picked this decking up. But it's a fraction smaller. It's about 10 mils thinner. So what I'm going to do, I was going to replace this piece here. So what I've got enough board left from that plank that I took up. I've got enough just to replace this section here, which is what I'm going to do. Because I'm guessing that because this wore out like it did with people stepping off the step onto it, I think it's going to go again. So I'm thinking it's probably a good idea to have a piece, like a sacrificial piece here, that I can change every couple of years. That's my reasoning anyway, and it uses this up, which would have been no good. So that's going to go sort of there. I'm going to put another piece under there to catch it. There. So I'm just going to replace this section. Actually, that's all right. I could get away with just replacing this piece here. And I think that'd be as good as anything. And then literally it's the same as, and you won't be able to tell. And when that goes again, I'll just take that out and put another piece in. Right, that's what I'm going to do. Perfect, I'll just put two bracing struts under there just to be safe. I thought I'd finished and then I found another bit that looks like it's, well, I don't know why I didn't see that before. That needs changing as well. But I didn't want to do it with this thin piece again. So I've had a look in my scrap pile. And I've found a nice, thick, original piece of decking that fits just right. So I'm going to replace that piece with some of the original stuff. Just same as I did before. Lay it on, cut it, put another strut under there, and screw it in. Cuprinol anti-slip decking stain, and it's Urban Slate. B&M Bargains, $14.99. So we'll go with this. I've put all sorts on this decking over years, oil and paint and all sorts. So basically I've blasted it all off with my Karcher. It's sunny enough and it's dried now, so I'm going to shove this on it and see how it goes.
Give me them daylight hours, give me them rays of sun, give me a little less night and a lot more light. Give me time, I'll give you fun.
Right, another decent day. Decking fix. I'm pretty sure you can. I've seen decking boards on Facebook Marketplace for £5 a length. You know, some people even give it away when they take their old decking up just to come and get it. So if you need, you know, the odd length, I'm sure you can pick some up pretty cheap. I would recommend using the decking screws and buying new, especially if I've got to replace the patches that I've put in. I would have reused the old screws that came out originally, but I want the option to take the pieces out if I ever need to. So, thanks for watching. I've got loads of videos to come up now that it's spring, and loads of garden stuff, loads of DIY stuff. So if you like what you see, give us a thumbs up, tune in again sometime, subscribe and notifications, whatever it is, and I'll see you again. Thanks for watching, cheers, bye.